Alright, so this is kind of part 2 of my last video. You know, where I said just say no to easy mode. I wanted to add this, and I'm like, I had a root canal today, so you have to excuse me if I don't sound like I'm speaking well. I'm kind of in a lot of pain. But anyway, I wanted to do this while it was on my mind, and I can't really do anything else right now. So I wanted to talk about these videos that say things like, I started a YouTube channel when I was 40, or I started a YouTube channel at 60, or YouTube people who are over 50 should do this, or I saw one the other day, I started a YouTube channel at 80. You know, nobody cares how old you are. And the thing is, you can start a YouTube channel at any age. You can do pretty much anything at any age, other than maybe go be a professional athlete or something like that, you know, like obviously. But if you have a creative spirit, if you have the energy, if you have the desire, if you really want to do something like that, it doesn't matter if you're 20, 40, 50, whatever. Nobody cares. See, that's the thing about YouTube. Really, nobody cares what you do. You know, if you make a video that resonates with people, success. You know, you've done well. If you make videos that nobody cares about, you're just like everybody else, because there are thousands and thousands of videos that come out on YouTube every day that nobody cares about, you know? But there are also like equal parts the amount of videos that people do care about, that they do feel that it inspires them, that they, you know, it causes them to move in a certain direction in their life. And that is an amazing thing to be able to do. And so I would say, you know, no matter what age you are, if you have the desire, start a YouTube channel. You know, or write a play, write a book, you know, make a movie, you know, just get a camera and start it as a hobby, you know. You can get a camera for a couple of $100, a great camera. You know, I used to follow this guy called the Icelandic guy, I think his name is, and he put out a video today saying there's a Sony camera for $350, that's the perfect starter camera. And I'm assuming it's like the A6100 or the A6000 or the A6400 or something like that. Those are incredible cameras, you know. Yes, you can do it with your phone too, but I'm just saying at any age, why not start a hobby and get into it, you know, get obsessed with it, learn everything about it, you know, learn all the nuances, you know, learn it so well that you can make yourself look exactly how you want to look. You know, today I'm going with a little bit different look from the video the other day. I've moved the camera back about 15 feet so I can get everything. The camera is actually in a completely different room. The walls are right here. This is the doorway. And so the camera's in the other room. I'm about 8 feet away from the camera, maybe 10 feet, something like that. The lights are out of the way. And, you know, I have my practicals back there. I mean, I'm just saying you could do anything you want to do. And yes, I think it is interesting that if you start a YouTube channel at the age of 50, you know, I think what's most interesting about that is perhaps people are going to get the opportunity to see how it changes your life, because it could change your life. And I'm not talking about change your life like, oh, and now you're going to be wildly successful and make all this money. Nah, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about maybe you're going to find something that shows you another side of yourself that you thought was not even possible when you passed a certain age. You know, I can't really relate to this because I never really thought this way, but I know a lot of people, you know, they have 9-to-5 jobs, they work until they get to be 40 or 50 years old, and they work towards their pension, and then they retire. And they consider themselves old at 50 years old. To me, 50 years old is like a baby, you know? Like, I'm going to work until I die, you know? And I have friends who are the same. You know, I have friends who are out here working who are much older than me. I have friends somewhat younger than me who are just, they're not thinking about retiring and moving to Florida. Or, you know, I don't know who would want to move to Florida, but that's a whole nother story. But, I mean, it's whatever your mentality is, you know, whatever you desire for yourself. And a YouTube channel where you stand here and you tell stories and you share things that are hopefully contributing in some kind of way. That could be some magic in your life, you know, that can transform you. Because I believe the biggest changes come in our lives when we give to others, you know, when we share with others, when we inspire, when we kind of get inside of people to make them, you know, get disrupted and kind of, you know, bugged a little bit to stop just sitting there and doing nothing and get up and move and do something, you know. I often post pictures on Instagram and I just write, make something under the caption. because I think one of the most powerful things that we do as human beings is that we create things, you know. We're all unique individuals. None of us are really like anybody else, even though in many ways we're all the same. And I talk about it all the time, how we all want the same things, to be safe, to have opportunity, to be loved, like all the things, right? But also, at the end of the day, we're all completely different. You know, we're all individuals, you know. We all make our own decisions. We all, like, you know, become the person that we want to be, or the person that we step towards to become. And so, yes, starting a YouTube channel, I guess the older you are, it's kind of more interesting in a way, because you've lived all this life, you have more experience, you've done more things, you've seen more things, you've heard more things, you've been through generations, you know, you've seen changes in technology and the way people learn and the way people interact and just the way we live. That's amazing for you to now get on YouTube, a platform where you can do this for free. You don't have to pay money to do it. You can upload for free, you can have a channel for free where you could possibly make money. That's crazy when you think about it. And so, yeah, if you're 40, 50, 60, 80, and you start a YouTube channel, that's pretty interesting to me, you know? But also it's very interesting if you're 17 or 18 and the way you look at the world and the way you're looking at the way things are right now and how it's going to affect your future and how you feel about that. That's incredibly interesting too, you know? I think it doesn't matter how old you are. It just doesn't matter. It's a matter of how much are you willing to give? How much are you willing to share? How curious are you? You know? How open are you? How vulnerable can you be to show us who you really are? And I'm going to make this a quick video, and this is going to amaze people because I never make quick videos. But I am going to say this. If you get on YouTube, I beg you, make the effort to make it look good. You know, take YouTube as an opportunity to learn, to make it sound good, to learn how to use microphones, to learn how, you know, the ambient sound of a room sounds unprofessional, you know. Try to emulate films or other YouTubers who are professional, television shows, whatever, you know, and try to make it somewhat beautiful for people so that they're going to want to come back. And so also that we all raise the level of quality on this platform so that it's not like everything else, you know. So it's not easy, you know. Nothing good comes easy. I will stand by that forever. You must put in the work. But, you know, that's what makes a life one that is well lived, you know, one where you're willing to learn, willing to put in the work, willing to do the repetitions, willing to fail, and then have the resilience to stand up and keep climbing that mountain. You know, no matter how many storms you reach, no matter how many times you fall back, no matter what happens, you just keep going. Keep heading towards whatever you're looking for, you know. That is inspiring, that is amazing, and that is contributing to other people. And so I'm just saying, try to make it look good. You know, try to set up lights, try to learn how to use lights. Get on YouTube, use the platform to learn so that it can help you. There's so many amazing tutorials on YouTube from filmmakers. And at the end of the day, YouTube is a filmmaking platform, no matter what you do, you know. Even if you're just somebody, and I mentioned this in the video yesterday, even if you're just somebody who's teaching people how to fix a leaky faucet, you're using a filmmaking platform, you know. We're all kind of like filmmakers because we all own phones, smartphones that have video cameras on them, you know. Everybody's on social media. Why not take it up a notch and really learn how to make it look good, you know? Why not learn as much as you can so that you can show more of yourself that way, you know? The more you know, the more you can give, right? The more you learn, the more opportunity you have to create. You know, you have all these options, you know, you have all these possibilities. Your life is just filled with endless possibilities. That's amazing. That's fun. But it's also important and meaningful. And you know what? Right now, the way the world is, where we're so divided, this is the kind of stuff that can bring us together, you know? The kind of place where people use all of their integrity to go with whatever they want to share. In other words, respecting the people who are on this platform with them and saying, you know what? You're doing a great job. You're working hard. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to keep up with you, you know, because I don't want to make it a crappy place for you. You know, it's like being an actor, you know. If you're on stage with an ensemble, if one person in that ensemble didn't learn their lines because they were lazy, they ruin it for everybody else. They destroy the play. They destroy it for the director, the producers, the other actors, the audience members, and themselves. They destroy the whole thing. Simply because they were lazy and they didn't take responsibility to do what they were supposed to do for the whole, not just for themselves. You know, for the whole. That's what it's about. And so, yeah, YouTube at 30, YouTube at 50, YouTube at 70, 80, whatever. It's all good. But bring something to the table, you know. And I would say the older you are, you have more to bring to the table because you know more. But I love the young people on this platform as well, because they're coming from a place that, like, you know, I'm definitely older than the young people on this platform, and I'm wondering what they're thinking when they look at this world that we created and that we're leaving for them. I want to hear from them. But also, I want them to use their talents, their gifts. They've grown up in this technological world that I never grew up in. And so use it and be a great filmmaker, you know, be a great storyteller, you know, a visual storyteller. Use sound effects, use everything at your disposal that you've learned that I never learned or that I'm still learning. You know, that's what I'm saying. From age 10 to age 90, it's all good. Age 100, whatever. You know, everybody has so much to offer if you're willing to give it. You know, if you're willing to share. Don't keep it to yourself. Get out there and do stuff. Make things, you know. We need it. Now more than ever, we're so divided. You know, people just hate each other. You know, like, if you feel a certain way about the way things should be right now and somebody disagrees with you, you kind of hate them. Don't do that. Don't hate people. That's all I got to say about this. So this is part 2 and the last part of these videos. And onward to the next place where I'm going to continue to make stuff, because that's what I do. And I want you to do the same thing. All right. Next time you see me, I will be way beyond this tooth problem. Root canal. Yeah. Feels like a machete's being shoved in my face all day. Bye.